Hey, yo, real quick, let's say rest in peace to PnB Rock out of Philly. Got shot in LA. I think he's 30 years old. It's just, was 30.
That was hard to see where it says someone's born date and it said 1991.
That's crazy.
It's PnB.
I don't know, man.
I'm just curious. I don't know.
Because I see the YFN. I don't know what any of these.
We in the acronym era though.
Some
like
sort of
all these rap
PnB,
got,
YNFN. Look,
dude was
just
popular,
whatever you do, please don't go to jail.
I mean,
because they're gonna pull up on them. I think that's why Corday got rid of his. He didn't want to get invited.
Well, people out here getting jacked for jewelry out in LA is like
LA
a no-fly zone at this point.
Not at this point. This is LA.
No, what I'm saying is,
like, it literally has been like this. What movie did you see back in the day when you was a little kid?
They was getting jacked.
Where Kane's cousin Harold got smoked at the light for his car.
No, I agree.
Like,
with you.
this is I know somebody that went to school in LA that got jacked at a light. They threw gasoline on him and tried to set him on fire to get him up out of the car.
I believe
this is somebody I went to school with. As soon as we graduated high school, we went to school out there. So this ain't nothing new in LA.
I'm just saying,
tread lightly out there.
Agreed. I'm just saying it's the frequency with which we're seeing rappers get robbed. Like, all these rappers has been dying over the past how many years? We'll call it post
1990.
No, it ain't been like this. It's way worse than.
I think just more rappers out here.
That's a good point too. That's a good point too.
And it's more. You gotta realize.
Like that, Lone.
You gotta realize you. And rest in peace to PnB Rock. It was another senseless murder. It makes absolutely no sense. But you have to understand, there's people out here who are worse than the mute kid.
Facts.
Who see something that they want and they just gotta have it, and they don't care who you are, and they're gonna do exactly what they want in order to get it. Same thing happened to Pop Smoke, and it streamed. Pop Smoke's thing was he actually posted his location. Okay, I don't like the fact that they're blaming him getting killed on his girlfriend being posted up at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Like, how do you blame that on her?
Yeah, if you're gonna blame somebody, blame the grown men who left out of their house to go somewhere and rob somebody for something that they, didn't have the wherewithal to work to get.
Yeah, and who knows if that's even where it came from? This could have been somebody could have been following him all day.
Like, you got to understand, because we talk about like recency, but like Los Angeles, like a lot of people get caught up in the sunshine and the breast implants and the palm trees, and they don't realize that. If you are a rich person, and I would say rich and black because there seems to be a target, but they out here robbing everybody. They got Paris Hilton. They've been running in people's houses, in the hills where they know there's security, where they know there's cameras. Because California, especially Southern California, the cost of living is going up and the chance of living is going down. And I'm telling you right now. Like, I would tell people, if you're a celebrity and you're going to be in California, you need to have, if you're going to go in certain areas, you need to have heavy security. Because if you got it like that, you got to understand, somebody sees that chain or they see that $80,000 watch and they're looking at you like food. Yeah, they feel like
you literally are food to them.
They look like, okay, if I get him for that watch or that chain, that's going to keep me in the house for a few more months. Because like, the way the economy is set up out there, and it's really unfortunate because if you look at like LA, like there's so much homelessness out there, and they have priced regular people out of their homes. Like you see, like the stadium they built in Inglewood where the Rams and Chargers play now. Like think about where they would set that. What's the show? Insecure. Like that's in that whole Inglewood area. Yeah, people can't even. People who are portrayed in that show can't even afford to live in there. They can't afford to live there anymore. Yeah, because they have pushed that was a working class neighborhood. They've pushed all those people out.
We know what that's called.
Now, I'm not trying to say that's an excuse, but you got to understand people are going to find a way to stay in the house. They're going to find a way to feed their families. And sometimes it is, I don't agree. I'm not justifying anybody being that violent. But you got to understand, if you're going to go out to L.A. and you're going to wear your jewelry and pull up somewhere in the middle of South Central L.A. with a $100,000 car, these people don't care nothing about your life because they trying to stay in the house.
I mean, we talked about it. We were talking about it before we came on. The guys that robbed Pop Smoke got what, 4 Gs, and their life is over.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying this is how stupid it is. First of all, a lot of these rappers, you think you robbing them for some fly jewelry. First of all, that's bust down jewelry, and some of it's not even real. So you didn't rob somebody,
and it might not be paid for.
So you didn't, and so now
no matter if it's not paid for, if they got it in their possession.
So now, because you got some hot jewelry, you may be getting 10%, maybe 5% of the value for it. So
pretty much you got to get it melted down. You got to actually know somebody's going to melt this down.
And these people don't know anybody
nobody like that.
So here you are.
Turn it in.
So now then you can't wear custom jewelry out in these streets because that's basically wearing evidence. And so plus the thing is, you got to assume. I just act like this. You have to assume if you're a criminal, you're being videotaped. There's a camera.
Enemy of the state is alive and in effect.
Good call.
And so they're going to catch, and because it's a high profile murder, they're going to catch these individuals or individual. And so now you done killed somebody for maybe a month's worth of rent, and now they done caught you. You are going to jail. You didn't even make enough money off of the jewelry you stole to pay for competent defense. So now you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life.
It's over for you. As soon as they get you, it's a wrap. It's over for you.
Yeah, and all this stuff is, we're talking about homelessness. We're talking about crime. We're talking about robberies. Right?
Yeah,
killings and all that stuff. Like,
I'm telling you,
it all comes down to it's like the material, conditions that we live in. You know what I mean? Like if that's what causes this stuff. You know, like if we can make the way that life is better for people, then this stuff goes away to a large degree. It's been proven. So,
but I'm just going to say, because I know we talked about, I try to talk about social conditions because I can't act like that's not a part of it.
It's the main part of it.
But I'm also going to talk about some people are just greedy. They're greedy and they're lazy and they see something that they want that you have that they don't want to work to get. And because I saw DJ Envy. He talked about how he got robbed.
Yeah, he got robbed
a few years ago, and he wasn't having. He chased the kid down. And you know what? The kid had just won the lottery.
Had won for $80,000.
He won $80,000. He was driving a BMW X5, but he just saw DJ Envy, and he's like, "Well, he got it." So,
but that's not greed. That's like clout.
That's greed. That's clout.
It might be a little bit of both.
It's greed. It's clout because the $80,000. You'd be like, "This ain't enough." The BMW X5 ain't enough.
The envy part is the clout. The greed is I already got 80,000 G's, and I'm just trying to be thirsty to get more money. That's the way I see it.
You literally have the money to do something with.
Right.
If somebody hands you $80,000 and you can't come up off of that,
I'll make it work.
I don't know what to
But
do.
everybody, we're all business-minded people. If you gave any one of us $80,000, we gonna make it happen with $80,000. Yeah. But like some people, $80,000, they'll be through with that $80,000 in 6 months.
Stunting on the gram with it though.
It'll be enough for them to $80,000 ain't enough to get through the year. Yeah. $80,000, I'll get through the next 2 years with $80,000.
Longer than that.
Ask people that got the PPP loans what they do with their bread.
Put it on.
It might not have been 80.
But either way,
it was a little bit of change.
They tricked it off.
That's once again, you got a whole. But it goes back like a lot of people when they got these PPP loans and everybody was quote unquote balling out during the pandemic, went and bought all this jewelry and Ferraris.
They didn't have nothing else to do. Everything's gonna look like balling when you sitting at home.
And all you can do is look at Instagram. You're right.
I swear.
But I mean,
clout.
This is all.
That's why I think it's less greed a lot of times. I think it's more clout positions. I think it is.
We're in a clout-based society.
Well, just
everything is.
What
based
does clout do for you when you're locked up, though?
That's the point. It doesn't do anything for you.
Not a thing.
But I don't think people are super smart.
You're asking people to look 5 steps down. They're looking 1 step ahead.
At that moment, the clout feels so good. They're not even thinking about the repercussions.
Mute boy can't even have a conversation with you.
Have a conversation.
He can't look 2 steps in front of you.
Ain't do nothing. They literally are living to go viral for a hot second.
I was about to say
disappear into obscurity.
Anybody that's watching,
you boys clouded up.
Look, just think about this, and this is something because it kind of ties back into what we talked about as far as people not being able to communicate and people just having a perception of what happens on social media is too much of their lives. And this is okay. Just because I'm bad at math, imagine if you have you follow 100 social media accounts like friends, family, but 30 of them are celebrities, athletes, influencers, so you see these people and they're living a life where they got Range Rovers, they're going to Dubai, they're doing this, that, and the third. And in your mind, that's what 30% of the world can do. And so you think, okay, well, why shouldn't I have that? You know, because what you don't realize is that the people you're following are part of the 1%. So what they're doing is 1% stuff, but you think, and in your mind, and you may follow more than there are kids out here who more than 30% of the people that they follow on Instagram or whatever is popping right now, because it changes. So they might follow half their Instagram feed might be people doing 1% activities.
Yeah,
and so it messes up your perception.
Nobody, it definitely does, but nobody's going to post what it takes to get there, or even if they schemed and scoured to get this picture, they might have went to a dealership just to take a picture for the gram. You know what I'm saying?
There are people who do that.
There are influencers, so-called influencers that literally will go around to different places to take pictures around certain things.
There is a business that lets you sit inside a private airplane. You don't go anywhere, but you get to take pictures inside the cabin of a private airplane.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Here it is. So we all four of us grew up in an era with no social media. We remember a time when there was, you didn't see anything about your favorite celebrity, or you didn't know what your favorite football player's house looked like. Now there are kids who are 17, 18, 19. That's all. So they think, okay, when I get out here and by 21, I'm supposed to be able to have a Tesla and get a Birkin bag and be able to, buy bottles in the club, because that's what I see.
Good luck.
On my Instagram. That's the reality that comes through my telephone every day. And the thing is, there are a lot of people who are like, well, just working, I can't do that. So I got to start doing some grimy stuff. To get to that level. And so that's where our perceptions are all messed up.
Literally, you just need to apply yourself, Smokey. You don't have to do no grimy stuff in order to succeed.
You are asking people to do the work.
That's the problem. People are so conditioned that they think that everything is supposed to just fall into their lap. That's not the way. That's not the way none of this works. Even the people that have something had to work for that. They weren't able to just go out here and scheme their way to the top and keep living that way. At some point in time, they had to change and flip the script, so to speak.
Bro, I saw a video on Instagram. There's a young lady that sits down on kind of like the couch at the Rock Nation. It's kind of that gold couch they got. You know what I'm talking about? Right. Well, it's similar to that.
Right.
You really shiny things really kind of spark your interest, huh?
Yeah, Link. But she sat down on the couch.
Red ball.
And in this nice fancy place, she sat down on the couch, took like a sip of tea or something, and got up and walked out of the frame. And then the words that came up on the screen was, "This place is rented." Like, she just did it.
Rented.
She's like, "This place is rented," and there are people that are gonna think I own this, and I don't. It's just like what we've been talking about.
Cribs was out before social media, and most of those people that shot Cribs,
other than
were in rented
Redman's
cribs.
Was real. Yeah,
they were literally in rented houses to make it look like they had
Shaq's
something.
was real too, though.
But just think about it. There are people who are on MTV Cribs, and I'm like, you have one hit song. You can't afford this house. You haven't recouped for your first album yet. You know what I'm saying? How you don't have a 5-bedroom house with a pool and an Escalade and a Mercedes. You can't. There are no. Look at the pictures on the wall. That's not even your family.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They got a picture alone on the wall. Like
y'all got the pictures in the frame that came with the frame.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. We took a long way to go talk about. Once again, rest in peace, PnB Rock. I
condolences to his family, man.
Because at the end of the day, what they did, they stole for some people one of their favorite artists. But you stole a father from the child. You stole a son from his mother. For what? And I think we have to really. I want these rappers to move in a smarter way, but at the same time, I want the people who are taking penitentiary chances for a couple $1,000s to think, is this really worth it? Is this how you want to live? Do you want this to be on your heart for the rest of your life, that you killed somebody you killed somebody who was on a date with his girlfriend for a couple $1,000s worth of jewelry? This is how you living? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't it.
Absolutely.
That is not it.
I mean, the music that they want to hear on Saturday night.
Yeah.
That literally tells you the story right there. They don't care.
I mean,
and I'm not about to sit there and just blame it all on rap, but if all the artists that you're listening to are literally talking about sticking up and killing, and I got the Drake and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah, and I'm about to spin the block and do this and do that. Ops, yeah. If that's being programmed into your head 90% of the day, I'm not saying that you're going to be into it, but you might turn an eye to it if it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
I mean, life is.
Look, I listen to all this gangster rap. I watched the Terminator and played Mortal Kombat for hours on end, and it was never a thing where I was going to have to go out and get it.
Listen, though, this is the thing.
You had a family.
We had a balance in the force, though, and I'm not saying they don't have a balance in the force now. We had gangster rap and Michael Jackson.
True.
We had gangster rap and Prince.
Yeah, I had gangster rap, but when a girl got in the car, I had a Boyz II Men on.
People literally would listen to all of that. It wasn't just I'm listening to all of this. It's damn near demonic. Like, you know what I'm saying? The frequencies are weird. And all I'm talking about is this, that, and drill that.
But even when you take it away from that, and I don't want to get too far into this because people going to call me a woman hater, but it's like now you have a real rise in female rap. But you know what? They calling you, if you don't have it, they're calling you a broke boy. They're saying if you don't have this, you ain't this.
And TLC just said it in a nicer way.
Yeah, but you know what? TLC. Yeah, but we didn't think about TLC.
And they were broke.
They was just as broke as anybody else. They should have been happy to get in the ride on the best friend's ride.
Lone, talk about the family thing, though. You said it. You said you had a family.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it really. I mean, the main difference that we're seeing is this. House of Spools. I was just talking to him today about this stuff in Chicago, actually. But I mean, it's like generations of families. You know, that when you talk about what we're talking about, a lot of the rap that's coming out and a lot of the material conditions of a lot of the rappers that are talking about this stuff. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely suburbanites out here doing the same stuff, right? Yeah. But
Malibu's most wanted.
You know, but at the same time, it's like the difference between everybody sitting here at this table and somebody like that is that we all grew up with a loving family that supported us, and we had a balance, as you were saying. We had a balance in that aspect. Now, I'm not saying that none of these people didn't have families or whatever and support systems, but in general, a lot of times when you trace the stuff back, it is a lot of times where the father was put in jail for some of the similar things due to the crack era and or the prison industrial complex and, you know, all that stuff.
But I think it does go back, and like I said, I don't want to put it on women because you know what? There are male rappers calling their fans broke. You know what I'm saying? So like I gotta put it on the rappers a little bit because I don't want to get this.
We know what Too Short used to call his fans.
I don't want this to get our discussion to get too Republican with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there has to be something to where like the culture has to stop calling its fans broke and ridicule them for living regular lives. Like that's where we are right now. Be like, you know, there's a lot of like, you can't even afford this. You can't do this. You know what I'm saying? You can't whip no foreign. You ain't got no chains. You can't get no section. Like, and that means
I'm enabling you to get the stuff that you're talking about.
It almost makes it sound like you're less than a man if you can't acquire these materialistic things that are really on some 1% stuff. Like when you had, I don't remember one of these female rappers, she's talking about how, like I said, I'm not trying to put on the ladies, but I gotta, you know. She was like, you know, if your man can't buy you a Birkin, then you don't need to mess with him. First of all,
well, then you don't mess with her.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you gotta know somebody almost to get like some of these watches and some of these bags. You almost have to know somebody rich to even know. They just don't sell this stuff at Macy's.
I know a lot.
You know, you talking about Balenciaga. I remember.
You better date your tax bracket.
Yeah,
there's a lot of women that don't know what a Birkin is. Them are the women that you need to be messing with.
Exactly. Like
yeah, exactly.
My argument to that is very simple. Screw them.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
let them be single the rest of their life.
Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a harsh reality. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like,
and
that's not women hating. That's just reality.
That's just reality. But like when you see, like when I didn't know, I'd never heard of Balenciaga until I heard rappers start talking about it. And then I was at Saks Fifth Avenue. I don't know why, because I couldn't afford nothing up in there. And I saw, those are Balenciaga shoes they're talking about. And I saw these ugly shoes, and then I looked at the price tag, and they were like $1,100. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
there are people. What fashion show you seen that actually the fashion on that runway actually looked good?
Rare.
Very rare. Because they don't even come out with that stuff.
I've never seen anything on a fashion line that I've ever
most
wanted
of the high, first of all, I'm a sneakerhead. He's a sneakerhead. 90% of the high fashion stuff with the thick soles and all that stuff looks trash to me. It don't look good. It's nothing appealing about that, but people will rock it for the sake of the image,
A lot of this,
for the clout.
A lot of stuff just seems like, you know, trying to be different for the sake of it.
Versus actually just being different.
No, but if you tell you could tell somebody,
True.
hey, look at this ugly thing that's $1,100, and people would be like, hey man, it's $1,100. I need to get with that.
Get away from that circle.
So I can run home. So I can run home and do an unboxing on Instagram, so everybody can see that I got
so
it.
like I'll go out here and I'll hit somebody in the side of the head so I get these $1,100 shoes.
Facts. It all
That's
where
we
don't
are.
do that, Jay Moore. Don't do that.
No, I'm not.
I don't want you to hit nobody.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This
You gotta have some game
this,
about yourself
This is
too, though.
unfortunately where these kids who they robbed Pop Smoke
good
and
point.
killed him. They robbed PnB Rock and killed him. They're not doing it so they can buy stock or buy property. They're doing it so they can buy
don't care
the
less about no
They're doing it so they can
stock
buy
or
the
property.
goofy things that have some
know.
sort of status that are attached to them that is based in absolutely nothing.
If they're dumb enough, they might go online and brag about doing it. I've seen some of that. It's just different, bro. It's just different.
You'd be
This whole
surprised
era.
about how many people ain't hip to none of these designer brands and labels, and are very nice looking single ladies for those that are single out there, and they don't have to worry about saving up 3 or 4 months worth of checks in order to buy them.
That's what I mean. That's
Balenciaga
to rock something for a night.
Well,
a
I mean,
Birkin bag.
and in a way, it goes back to I said this. It was not the last time Jay Brookins was on, but the last time before that, Jay Brookins was on. I said, "This is the wild thing. The average black person in America is not even cool enough to where they don't even know. They don't know what Balenciaga is.
Nah.
They don't know what any of this quote unquote cool stuff. They don't know what a Birkin is. They don't know where to care. They don't know where to get it, and they don't care." Because they're trying to send their kids to school. They're trying to make sure that the families live safely. They're trying to get up and
That's
and,
most
and
people.
go
That's
to
what
work
Killer-
and go to
that's
church
what
on
Killer-
Sunday.
That's what
and
Killer
watch
Mike
foot-
told Envy.
Yeah.
That's what he told him.
So it's like they don't know. Like I said, a lot of this stuff that we consider to be cool is so far outside of the reality of Black America, and we don't even understand that. The stuff that we talking about means look, I heard somebody say that there are people in this world, they know the price of everything and the value of absolutely nothing, and those are the most dangerous people in the world.
I mean,
man,
dangerous to themselves.
Yeah. All right, but let's leave it
I'll
there.
stay
Let's-
out of the
let's-
way.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know
man.
my motto.
My outfit I got on came from Target.
Hey, man.
Guess how much the whole outfit cost?
I don't even know, man.
Hey.
Very cheap.
Look,
Hey, you rocking that mug.
Somebody
That's all I
gave me
know.
this. Somebody gave me these.
look
Yeah.
at this. Look,
Only thing I bought were my socks.
And those was what, like $75?
No.
I got on
Actually, they
the
were gifted
Adidas
too.
hat
Give it
that
to
was
me.
never released.
Yeah, that mug is cold.
Look,
And guess how much I paid for it?
no,
Nah, I had another.
Probably nothing, because I was working there. So
yeah. Well, hey, look, and
Do you?
I've gone on and on. In fact, I'm not going to mention the place I get
Don't
my
even do
shoes
it.
from
We know.
because
We
they need
already
to
know.
hook me up with a sponsorship at this point.
hey man,
You got
listen,
that right. Many times you done
I'm a
spent
ball
that
on a
wheel.
budget. I might drop a coin on a pair of shoes.
Every once
I
in a
mean,
while.
y'all know
Because-
I
well,
do that.
because-
Everybody has something that they
You
like.
got to treat yourself, man. You got to treat yourself. in life.
I do simply. I spend money on shoes, but only because I like the functionality of shoes. I like stuff that actually fits and feels good when I wear them. Like I don't care about the fashion aspects as much as y'all do because y'all are actually sneakerheads. But I spend money on stuff that I think has value and that I like.
I will tell you this though, Lone. The older I get, the more comfort is sneaking in closer to the versus style.
I
Because-
can't do non-comfort.
Yeah, like I can't walk. I mean, I love retro basketball shoes, stuff that we grew up on, but I can't walk around in heavy basketball shoes. Like
Jays are not comfortable.
That's
That's
what I
what I'm
asked somebody
saying.
when I said, "For all that money, are Michael Jordan's tennis shoes are they at least comfortable?"
Some of them
Some
are.
of them are.
Some.
Like some 11s are
Yep.
comfortable.
Yep.
10s
are
ones aren't bad.
I
What
got a
about
pair.
threes? I always
Threes
wanted
are
a pair of
comfortable.
Threes
threes.
are cool. 4s are not comfortable at all.
Agreed.
They're
Wow.
nice looking shoes, but they are not comfortable. They hurt.
Okay.
So he got some that are it's tough on you, but you're gonna be clean with your fit.
Yeah.
So it's your choice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get to this rundown because I know we had some good conversation,
Yeah.
but let's
Yeah.
sneak some of this in here. So